So last night, my inbox absolutely exploded. And I was like, why in the world am I getting so many message notifications? And then when I click on them to see what it's all about, one after another is people going, what about Hunter Biden now, buddy? What you got to say now? I can't wait to see your face. I can't wait to see your head explode when you have to address Hunter Biden. Your boy got indicted, buddy. And I'm like, well, first of all, he's not my boy. Second of all, cool story, bro. Let me know how it works out for him. I don't care. I couldn't possibly give less of a rat's ass about Hunter Biden. You want to know why? Because Hunter Biden's not running for president. Hunter Biden's not running for any political office. Hunter Biden's never held a political office. Hunter Biden is in no position of power whatsoever to make my life better or worse. When I sat down at night to figure out how I'm going to pay my bills, when I sat down at night to talk about my dad and his rare form of blood cancer, the one thing that I never think about is Hunter Biden. We never have said, well, now, how's Hunter Biden going to factor into this? Because that's not how it is in the real world. In the real world, Hunter Biden is nothing, and in the right-wing MAGA world, he is the biggest boogeyman that they can possibly create. This entire time, we've heard them do nothing but yell, Biden's weaponizing the Justice Department against his political opponents. Okay, well, he's allowing the Department of Justice to investigate his own son, to indict his own son. Merrick Garland kept David Wise, who was appointed as a federal prosecutor by Donald Trump. So how can you say that Biden is weaponizing the Justice Department against his political foes when he has stood back and stayed out of the way and let them go after his own son? He's not one time cried witch hunt. He's not one time said he's going to step in and give him a pardon. Can you imagine if this was Don Jr. for a minute? Can you imagine what Trump would be screaming at the top of his lungs? It's all a witch hunt. They're coming after me, and I'll make sure I pardon my little boy. But instead, Joe Biden is doing what reasonable people do, and he's just letting the long arm of the law play itself out. And I've said this till I'm blue in the face. When you come at me with Hunter Biden, what about him now, buddy? It's not the flex you think it is, because I'm not in a cult, and I don't worship Joe Biden. He's just a politician that I voted for. I don't give a shit about his son, because why would I? What effect does he have over my life at all? How does he factor into how I survive on this planet at all? Someone please answer that one for me. Tell me why when I go vote, I should be sitting there trembling in fear over Hunter Biden. I don't get it. I'm not going to sit here and yell witch hunt, and I'm not going to sit here and yell all the talking points that Donald Trump and his minions love to holler. But I will say this. We're going into an election year, and Donald Trump has been indicted 4 times, and he's got 91 charges against him. Donald Trump committed crimes right in front of our own face. We saw him do it. We got him on audio, got him dead to rights. There he is. Going into the election year, the Republicans realize, hey, we got a criminal on our hands. This guy could potentially be a felon by the time the election rolls around. So what do we do to soften the blow? What can we do to make our minions all just turn their head and turn a blind eye to everything Donald Trump did right out in the open? Well, I'll tell you what we do. We talk about Hunter Biden, and we go after Hunter Biden, and we indict him. And if we can indict Hunter Biden and create this illusion that there's this Biden crime family, then everybody will turn a blind eye to Donald Trump and his crime family. That's all this is. And it's got nothing to do with our lives whatsoever. And for all of you who suddenly cares about Hunter Biden paying his taxes, Donald Trump stood on a stage and said, cheating on your taxes was smart. Okay? And for all you out there that's like, oh man, Hunter Biden lived a terrible lifestyle, there's no consistency. If you guys had Mahatma Gandhi as your front runner, if you had this little peaceful, squeaky clean dude just quoting the teachings of Jesus, I wouldn't say a word about you. It's the fact that you have one of the biggest grifters, one of the biggest criminals, one of the biggest con artists as your front man. And he wants to be the leader of the free world. And he wants to be dictator on day one. Just let me be dictator for one day. Just for 24 hours, I'll be dictator. And then I promise I'll just go back to being a good boy. You want that guy to be the leader of the free world. But the biggest boogeyman in your world is the president's son who didn't pay his taxes. Oh, yeah, but actually he did pay his taxes. But we're going to go after him anyway, because if we can make him out to be a criminal, that will turn everyone's attention away from the fact that we have a criminal as our front runner. Well, there's a whole lot of people going to fall for it, and there's a whole lot of people in my part of the world that's going to say there, buddy, they're all crooked. You can't trust none of them shit. Gas prices is up, and might as well get Trump back in there, because we all know he's the one that can change everything in 24 hours. 24 hours, he'll bring world peace, gas prices will drop, and Colonel Sanders will give away a free chicken box, so let's just get him back in there. It's absolute shit. It's absolute insanity. I set out in this world to be a songwriter. I set out in this world to just play my guitar. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to play my guitar and be left the fuck alone. But the world just had to go ape shit around me to the point that I said, you know what? Screw singing Sweet Home Alabama again. I got to tell these people they've lost their fucking minds.